organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Tonight on Daily Iowan TV, bystander intervention. Why it's not on you, it's on us.
And sometimes getting your message across takes no words at all. Next.
And in sports,
hear from an Iowa basketball star on her journey to going pro.
We're bringing all of this and more coming up.
You're watching Daily Iowan TV.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Greta Miley.
And I'm Blake Jorgensen.
President Barack Obama has apologized for a mission gone wrong. Today, the president announced a U.S. counterterrorism operation targeting an al-Qaeda compound accidentally killed 2 innocent hostages. U.S. officials said the January drone strike killed American Warren Weinstein and Italian Giovanni Loporto. In a White House briefing, President Obama said, "As Commander-in-Chief, I take full responsibility for all our counterterrorism operations, including the one that inadvertently took the lives of Warren and Giovanni."
A potential female presidential hopeful was in Iowa yesterday, but it wasn't Hillary Clinton. Former Hewlett-Packard chief executive Carly Fiorina spoke to about 600 people Wednesday at an Iowa Women's Leadership Conference in Cedar Rapids. There's speculation Fiorina is making a bid for the 2016 presidential candidacy. During her visit, Fiorina advocated for a pay structure based on productivity rather than longevity. She argued the current structure, where wage is based on seniority, works against women who enter the workforce late or leave for a time to have children.
And someone working hard to close the gender gap made history today. The U.S. Senate announced Loretta Lynch will be the next U.S. Attorney General, becoming the first African-American woman to hold the title. The vote took longer than the last 7 Attorney General elections combined. This was due to Majority Leader Mitch McConnell wanting to finish work on a bill that was unrelated to the election. The final vote turned out to be 56-43. Lynch will replace the previous Attorney General, Eric Holder.
Protesters fell silent on the T.N. Cleary walkway today, so their message could finally be heard. Members of the NAACP Hubbard Group and Sista Speak participated in the Black Voices Are Not Being Heard rally. Participants were silent and their mouths duct taped as students passed by on their way to class. The groups focus on bringing awareness to Black voices on campus. They also stress the lack of support for Black student organizations, diversity among faculty, and the spread of racism across social media.
The point today is to try and symbolically show that our voices do exist and to try and make people see that. And we deserve to be heard. This is our campus, just as well as it is any other student's campus.
The groups also hold meetings and dialogue circles to share their experiences and talk about race.
Yesterday in the Iowa Memorial Union second floor ballroom, several communities came together to bridge a gap on an issue that strikes college campuses across the nation. Daily Iowan TV's Selena Carr has the story.
Military cadets, students, and university organizations came together to discuss solutions for a problem that hasn't gone away: sexual assaults.
We know that sexual violence is a problem on all college campuses, and the way that a university responds to sexual assault really sets it apart.
The UI held their It's On Us Sexual Violence Education Summit. The two-part event hosted 2 keynote speakers, 1st Army Major General Beninati and MTV personality Lacey Green. They both hit on the It's On Us message, which encourages bystander intervention and responses to sexual assault victims.
Sex is also used as a form of domination.
Their messages hit home to University of Iowa students.
My hope is that we can help women stick together and really combat this problem that they face, but also to get men on our side too.
It's On Us is a part of the national campaign launched by President Barack Obama to end sexual violence on college campuses across the nation.
It's on us.
all of us to stop sexual assault.
The summit had roughly 300 attendees, and of that number, many already lead violence prevention efforts. However, a purpose of the summit was to spread the message beyond the IMU walls.
Students who are attending the summit could then go to their friends in their communities and student organizations and share a little bit about what they learned.
April is Sexual Awareness Month, and though it's almost over, the fight against the violence isn't. Reporting from the Iowa Memorial Union, Selena Carr, Daily Iowan TV.
Thanks, Selena. It's been really super windy for like a week straight. It's kind of nice that it wasn't quite as bad today.
Yeah, I agree. Lack of wind and the sunshine and warm weather made for a great walk to class.
Yeah.
So, Sammy Joe, is the warm weather going to stay put for the rest of the week?
I sure hope so. The weather was nice and sunny today, but temps will drop down to the mid-30s tonight with a 0 chance of rain. Tomorrow morning will be cool and cloudy, reaching a high around 39. Later in the afternoon, expect highs near 60, and by evening, there will be a low in the lower 60s and a very high chance of rain. That rain is expected to follow into Saturday with a high of 51 and dip down to 34 by night. Looking ahead, we'll see the sun come back on Sunday with a high of 64 and low of 36. Later in the week, we'll see highs increase from the upper 60s to the upper 70s with lows in the 40s. Some clouds will roll in during the week, but for the most part, it's looking clear. That's all I have tonight. Back to you two at the desk.
Thanks, Sammy Joe. And there's a lot of events in store for this weekend.
For more on that, we'll throw it to Hannah Thompson in this week's Arts and Entertainment. Hannah?
Thanks, guys. The 4th annual EpicsCon and Animation and Gaming Conference is happening this Saturday and Sunday at Art Building West. EpicsCon, which is put on by the Epic Student Org and other campus sponsors, is a way to get anyone who loves gaming and the making of video games and animation involved and educated on the process. EpicsCon coordinator Megan Matthews says there's a lot to look forward to, especially all the special guests and speakers they have coming for the event.
So it's an opportunity for students to network with those professionals and learn about their career paths and to network with each other. So in the past year, we've expanded it so that there's an interactive play lounge, which is kind of like lots of companies and local game designers will like show off their works. We're trying to make it be just an opportunity that ties together all of these people across campus that are interested in game design and education, but we don't have a program here. So it's like the intention is to bring all those people together and like in an educational way, let's look at what opportunities are out there and hear from the masters.
For more on Epics and the free event this weekend, check out their Facebook page at Epic Studio. And don't forget to head over to the theater building this weekend to catch the play The Liar, happening Friday and Saturday at 8 p.m. and Sunday at 2. That's all I've got for you guys. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Hannah. Iowa City is going to get very crowded in 2016. Carver Hawkeye Arena will once again be hosting the USA Olympic Wrestling Trials after they last hosted in 2012. During the last set of trials, the attendance record was shattered after over 53,000 people attended the 4 sessions, which also brought in over $5.6 million for Johnson County.
The plans were finalized to give Iowa City and Coralville businesses time to prepare for the large spike in visitors. To get more info on who we might see in those Olympic wrestling trials, we will toss it over to Chelsea and Austin in the sports studio. Guys?
That's right, guys. USA Wrestling spokesman Gary Abbott said that the success of the Olympic trials in 2012 is what contributed to no formal bidding process for 2016. Instead of showcasing cities to host the event, Abbott stated that USA Wrestling and the city of Iowa City plan to continue a good relationship between the two communities.
And in 2016, Carver Hawkeye Arena will stage some of the best wrestlers in America. To name a few, London gold medalist Jordan Burroughs and Jake Varner will headline the event. Past Olympians Coleman Scott and heavyweight Tervel Delagnev will also make the trip to Iowa City along with recent collegiate stars.
4-time NCAA champions Kyle Dake of Cornell University and Ohio State's Logan Stieber will be among the college graduates pushing for an Olympic spot. Along with this, former Hawkeyes Tony Ramos and Brent Metcalf will also compete for a trip to Rio.
The Iowa baseball team continued their 10-game home streak at Dwayne Biggs Field Wednesday night when they took on the Northern Illinois Huskies.
It was a slow start for the Hawkeyes, but it ended with execution. Daily Iowan TV sports reporter Taylor Brooks was at the game and has more.
The Iowa baseball team has been known for finding ways to win in this 2015 season. Even if it means going into extra innings, they have been taking opportunities where they are given, and that didn't change on Wednesday night. The Northern Illinois Huskies came into Iowa City hungry for a win after losing 12 of their last 14 games. But Iowa's bullpen kept Northern Illinois on their toes.
So, I mean, we had the idea that we didn't have a strict plan for innings today for our pitchers, so we just had to go out there and do the best we could for each time.
Northern Illinois seemed to be in good shape when Iowa was trailing 3-2 in the bottom of the ninth. But the rally inning prevailed as Jake Mangler put himself in scoring position for Dan Potempa to single to left to send Mangler home and go into extra innings.
You know, what do you say? It was good to get the win somehow, some way. Found a way to get it done. Dan Potempa had the big pinch hit, and Mangler had a great night. Again, the top of the order did a good job.
Iowa struggled in the batter's box early and barely saw any offensive production until the fourth inning after a Chris Goodman leadoff double and a solo home run by junior Eric Skank Joblinski.
We need to have better at-bats early on. I think we came out kind of flat offensively. And just put ourselves in a better position that way. We didn't execute when we needed to early on.
As the bottom of the 11th inning came quickly, Iowa searched for answers, and Taylor Kaufman had that answer as he battled through a tough at-bat before he connected with a single to load the bases to ultimately secure the win.
Taylor Kaufman's at-bat was, I thought, the key to the win in the last inning. It was just an unbelievable at-bat, and he battled and battled, fought off pitches, and found a way to get that big hit. That was clutch.
The Hawkeyes return to action on April 24th here in Iowa City against number 25 ranked Nebraska. Reporting from Dwayne Banksfield, I'm Taylor Brooks for Daily Iowan TV Sports.
As Taylor mentioned, the team will take on number 25 Nebraska this weekend and push through the rest of their tough Big Ten schedule, set to face Michigan, Minnesota, and Rutgers.
Iowa's 5'9" guard Samantha Logic became the 12th player to be drafted to the WNBA in program history a week ago when she was picked in the first round. Whitney Blakemore has more on how going pro was always in the cards for Logic.
1 week ago when the Atlanta Dream made their choice for the 10th overall pick, Samantha Logic's dream finally came true.
You know, this has been Sam's dream for a long time, and that means well before she got to the University of Iowa.
From the moment she stepped into Carver Hawkeye Arena, she knew it wouldn't be the end of her basketball career. And now, after being the only player in NCAA history to accumulate 1,500 career points, 900 rebounds, 800 assists, and 200 steals, her time as a Hawkeye ends, and her life with the dream begins. Logic was one of 12 women in the country to be invited to the draft and was picked 10th out of 36 drafted. But nothing could stop her nerves moments before she was picked.
You know, having some confidence that your name's going to be called at some point, you know, the committee or whoever decides that you're going to be there had some confidence. So, you know, I got some nerves towards the end of that round a little bit, just kind of getting ready to get it over with. But, you know, you hear your name and a lot of just relief, you know, tightening up a little bit, you just loosen up, you know, you're just happy to get that opportunity.
After all the initial hugs and pictures, Logic was finally able to get on the phone with her new coach and GM.
They said they're excited, you know, just as probably not as much as me, but, you know, just excited for me to get down here, you know, getting ready to work and, you know, really trying to build on what they wanted to make a championship team.
Iowa coach Lisa Bluter was with Logic and her family for that defining moment and said she couldn't be happier to see Logic's dream finally become a reality.
Got to spend a lot of time with Sam's parents out there, and at dinner one night they told me, man, they bought her that Sue Bird jersey years and years ago, and she wore that thing out. And you know, it just, that's what her aspiration has been since she's been a little girl, and to see that come true is what every coach wants.
Whitney Blakemore, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Logic is back to wrap up 2 more classes before she walks the stage on May 16th. That day, she will be leaving for Atlanta as her journey with the dream begins with training camp the following day.
Graduation and moving on the same day kind of sounds like chaos, don't you think, Austin?
Yeah, I don't know how I would handle that. It sounds pretty hectic to me, Chelsea. But we wish the best of luck to Sam in her new basketball colors. But speaking of the draft, we are just 7 days out from the National Football League draft, where some of Iowa players could hear their name called, sending them off to potentially make a professional team.
Make sure to tune in here with Daily Iowan TV all next week, as we will have exclusive interviews with 5 potential NFL prospects every day leading up to the kickoff of the draft beginning Thursday night, April 30th. Greta and Blake, back to you guys at the desk.
That's all we have for you tonight on Daily Iowan TV.
Don't forget to catch us again Sunday night at 9 p.m. for the latest news. I'm Greta Miley.
And I'm Blake Jorgensen. Thanks for watching.
And have a great weekend.